No excuses.
I don't know why he's here, bro.
Oh, bro.
That is correct. This is Mr. No Excuses, live and in living color. Alfredo, I know right now I'm not your favorite cup of tea, but I will tell you this, man. You still hold a special place in my heart, man. But the reason why I decided to use the Two versus Brothers platform is because I heard your podcast yesterday, Alfredo, and I took a moment.
The number one podcast in the world, Steven's podcast.
Oh yeah. The number one podcast because he has all the time in the world right now. But I'll tell you this much, man. I listened to your podcast, and one of the things you said is it's not going to be word for word, but you're like you said I read Franklin like a book. I haven't read it like a book. I've known him since high school, and I know he's blowing smoke, and he doesn't have the balls to put himself as the number one team.
Absolutely, bro. Why didn't you put yourself as the number one team, bro?
You know, I wanted to hype Danny up. I wanted to put him as number one so that the fall could hurt so much more. But with that being said, Alfredo, it's time for me to stop blowing smoke. I'm no longer the likable guy. I'm gonna play the heel because apparently I'm annoying the league, and I am
Oh,
now heel Franklin,
oh my god, bro.
Galactus in the flesh. I officially put myself as number one. I would like to make an alteration to my power rankings. Franklin, the number one team right now in the fantasy football gurus. There's just no competition, man. There's no competition, bro. And I know you're saying, oh, Mr. Projections, Mr. Projections. But I heard you earlier in the podcast say, well, he's projected 12 points. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy talking about Mr. Projections. But I'll tell you this, man. I can't wait to unleash my fury on all of you guys, especially on the shark, because he left a sour taste in my mouth. And when it comes to the shark, man, oh man, I am salivating the moment when I face that guy, and I'm just gonna destroy him. And Alfredo, the pigeons end with me because I killed the pigeon curse. No longer will the pigeon affect me. Um, man, I'll tell you this: you made a huge mistake keeping Allen and letting go of Devon A. Chain. As you guys saw, Devon A. Chain is healthy. They're gonna fire him up. And what does Alfredo have right now? Alfredo has what's his name? Crockett. I can't. I don't even know his name, bro.
Learn the name, Franklin. Croskett Merritt. Learn
Cro-
that name.
Croskett Merritt, number 4 in the depth chart.
Learn that, Franklin. And again, I'm so glad that you came into this podcast, that you decided to come into enemy's territory. First of all, how are you going to feel when Pearsall, your revelation of wide receiver, gets taken back to the back? Can you imagine? Look how everything will end up. Can you imagine Juwan Jennings, a name that you know very well, Brandon Ayuk? He might not come back this year, but if he does, rest assured your Pearsall will fall toward the end. He'll be maybe fifth in the target line. So the guy that you have hyped up so much, think about it. That's gonna fall. And I know right now you're looking at your phone, you're looking at us, because I see it through those sunglasses. I can still see through your eyes the same way as I saw your eyes back in 2017. I can see it now, Franklin. All you're smiling with your 150 projection. I know you feel you're on top of the world, man, but man, that downfall for you, bro, is gonna hurt, bro. And you're talking about the shark. The shark now, man, he's like a little fish that is out of the sea, which is worthless. There's nothing to do. You need now to focus on real competition. You have the kids, you have that damn fly. I hope you do take him down.
Alex and Nick, and I have the fly. Yes,
And then don't forget, you do have the 15-1 GOAT because
Alfredo.
no matter what you want to describe about my team, but I will always be there.
Alfredo, I know you listened to my podcast earlier today, and I know you saw my pickums. And I said this year it's looking a little bit different for Pedro. I believe this year Pedro will take down his brother, and it starts week 1. Pedro's name is slowly changing back to Gladiators because he has a good team, bro.
No, he does.
And
He does. He does. He did very well. He drafted good. Yeah.
Pedro has good running backs, bro. Bro, I would put my house on collateral. I'll bet my house that Pedro will win. He will beat you, bro.
Your house in collateral, I have no problem getting. We'll do a bet. I would love to get a piece of that mansion in Savannah, Georgia.
That's right. That's right. And as of right now, the back guy, the heel, is in his theater room, just you know, looking at Alfredo, looking at Alfredo's face. He's bitter. You're bitter, bro. Because bro, look at my team. Just look at my team, bro.
Let's look at it right now. Let's break it down.
Look at
Let's
my
break
team.
the team.
Look at my team, bro. My receivers, bro. Justin Jefferson, Ricky Pearsall, Travis Hunter. Bro, on my bench, I have Debo Samuel.
So let me tell you this. So when Kamara's out for the year, or maybe they sit him out, what are you gonna do about it?
Look at my running backs. I already have Chase Brown and I have Jameer Gibbs. I mean, I have Tyrone Tracy. It's just raining running backs on me right now, bro.
Hey, man, can you borrow me a running back there?
Hey, man, send me a trade. Send me a trade.
He sent me a running back or
Send
something.
it to him after week 1, please.
Bro, you messed up. You messed up. You messed up keeping Allen, bro. Honestly, bro, you should have kept Devon Achane. And Alfredo, I replayed that clip when you said that you were keeping Allen. I replayed it 50 times, bro. And all I saw in your face was, what did I do? Lo acaba de cagar.
No, man.
Bro.
I gave you guys the explanation, bro. I already explained it.
Yeah, to only then go ahead and draft a receiver.
No, I needed to have my wide receiver become my strength. That was what destroyed me last year. I did not have a number 2 wide receiver. Running backs you can find. I started the year with Devontae. I was telling somebody today because somebody was telling me who's not in this league, oh, you need to get a running back now, desperately, because if not, you're not even going to make the playoffs. And I told him, I started last year with Devontae Chain, and my second running back, you know who's my second running back? Devin Singletary. That was my second running back. How did I end the year? I had Devontae Chain, I had Chuba Huba, Tony Pollard, Bucky Irvin. Things happen, bro. This is just week 1, man. Just relax. Now, my plan, I have a 75% chance.
You drop one of them. You drop one of the running backs. It's a 50% now.
I have a master plan that'll be coming up. A 75% chance that one of these scrubs that you guys call will be starting when the playoffs happen. And that's all I need. That's all I need. I need a second running back because with Jamar Chase, a guy who can give you 40 points in his sleep. Josh Allen, who can give you 50 in his sleep. That's all I need, man. So
look at you. I just gotta wait. I don't have to wait, bro. I have so much, bro. How did you guys let me draft that team? Like, I don't understand. When you have people like Danny drafting kickers in the 8th round, and that's another guy. I have Quinshawn Judkins. Danny, instead of drafting that kicker Aubrey, you should have drafted Quinshawn Judkins.
But is he even playing this year?
Bro, they're waiting to issue the suspension, and then they're gonna sign him. They're saying it might be 2 to 4 game suspension.
So Franklin, from 1 to 10, how much you love your team?
Bro, I keep looking at it every minute of the hour, every second of the minute, man. I'm in love with my team. I mean, wouldn't you be? Wouldn't you be? I mean, you remember after we did the draft, who's the first person that came on Steven's podcast? Who's the first person?
I did.
No, it was not you. It was
Oh no,
Armando.
no, yeah, that night, yes.
It was
It's Rob.
Armando. And the first name that came out of Armando's mouth was me.
Yeah.
And he said, Franklin's team is scary. And it is. And you know what? You guys complain so much about that trade. You remember the trade that happened earlier in the year with me and Steven in the offseason with CD
Yep.
Lamb?
Yep.
That trade was actually helping the league. But because everyone complained so much and we returned the players and I got fed up with it, now you guys have to deal with a monster. I am here. Galactus is here. I am ready to start destroying each and every one of you.
I'm look.
The wrath of Franklin is here. No
I
excuses is here.
I wonder if Pedro's gonna have him. I'm dying to hear Pedro's power rankings to see if he really believes that's the case.
But
Oh, we'll see.
we'll see. And that's all I wanted to say, guys. I didn't want to steal the show. So thank you for having me on the podcast. I really appreciate it. Keep on doing the work you're doing, Pedro. Great game. Oh, by the way, I play with the Jacksonville Jaguars. You want to hear the stat line, Fredo? You want to hear the stat line?
For the
What's the
first,
stat line?
game or the second?
Second game. Second game. Stat line. I looked at it. BTJ had 3 receptions on 109 yards and 1 touchdown. And you had Travis Hunter, 7 receptions, 86 yards and a touchdown.
Wow.
Those are the only 2 touchdowns of the game.
The only 2 touchdowns of the game. But
how is it playing with Travis Hunter? Because the way you use him and the way you feel is what I feel with Trevor Lawrence
bro,
when he has him
it's
in the field on
amazing.
Sunday. How's that gonna feel?
He's
Bro,
fast.
there was a pass, I think, Pedro, that I did on one of your corners on Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, the first game. Mm-hmm.
Bro, it was a bomb to Travis Hunter. And bro, Travis Hunter caught it over him.
Mossed him. Mm-hmm.
And as they were falling, he used his body to get over the line. He used Sauce Gardner's body to break the plane, bro. That guy has some hands, bro. I'm excited, man. Can't wait.
He's in your bench, bro.
That was a good pass.
Yeah, but no, but Pedro owned me second game. It was over. I think Pedro has found a new team, the New York Jets, bro.
No, I'm sticking. Obviously, I have to continue with that team for the whole playoffs. So we're the whole bracket that we have, but I might just use them whenever it is that I don't want to play with the Lions.
How was G5? How was his number? Because they said he was.
I didn't, bro. I lost count, bro. It's just as you saw the numbers, it was 42-14. So
yeah, G5 caught. I think G5 caught like 2 bombs.
You see Armando? I told you, G5 is gonna make it happen, bro.
But then we said, hey, let's calm down. It's a video game. It's not real life. So, but you know, it's exciting, guys. The season starts tomorrow. I can't wait.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. If I'm looking forward to the season. I can't wait for us to be continuing. And who knows, bro? Who knows what's gonna happen, man? We're having this conversation now, Franklin. And you know what, man? I do like your team a lot. I do feel that 2012 team that you had that went 7-0, man.
2017.
Oh, 2017 is the one that you went 7. Okay, yeah, but your 2012, you also were number 1 seed throughout. But what, you're 2017, and man, you had a heck of a start there. And let's see.
I mean, we'll see what happens, bro. You know, in the beginning, like I said, a team looks good on paper, but once they start playing, once you start seeing the results, that's when you really see what they're for. But guys, I'm gonna be the heel this year.
Oh wait, sorry, Franklin, before you go, because I know you're about to leave. Can you just imagine? Now I'm going back to my hate, Danny. Can you just imagine Danny with all the keepers that he built and the plan for this year, and in 1 year, without you having the same keeper situation that you had, you end up having a better season than him.
Bro, I think I asked Steven, I'm like, hey, Steven, you know, it's weird that I haven't heard the Fly criticizing my team. I'm like, did he say anything during the draft? He's like, no, not at all. He goes, I think Danny wanted you to stick with that CD Lamb trade because he knew how dangerous you were going to be if you kept Chase Brown. I think all along he saw what we didn't see. And he sees you as a threat. This is what he was trying to prevent. That's why he was trying to stick you with that CD Lamb trade. And I believe it because look what happened. And it only took a couple screw-ups because I should have never landed Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara should have never been on my team. Just a couple screw ups in the beginning, and then you had people like I feel like Alex reaching what RJ
RJ
Harvey
Harvey.
RJ
was
Harvey.
a reach for Alex. And then he went quarterback right afterwards. And that only set me up to get more receivers. That's how I was able to draft Ricky Pearsall and I was able to draft Debo Samuel because other people ahead of me were screwing up. I didn't expect it to be this easy. And so Steven sends me this GIF, and you guys saw the GIF on WhatsApp. It's me drafting with a bunch of clowns because that's what we were seeing. We were seeing stupid things. We were seeing people like KMA as well reaching for Chris Godwin, and that only set me up to pick up Tyrone Tracy. Why would you pick up Chris Godwin or Tyrone Tracy? Tyrone Tracy's a starter at the beginning of the season. Plus, reports say he's running the ball really well this season. But again, these were people that were just making it too easy. And Danny, instead of picking Brandon Audrey, he could have picked up a good player. I didn't expect to land Quinshawn Judkins in the 11th round. I think Quinshawn Judkins in the 11th was a steal because the guy is a remember let's not forget this guy's a second rounder drafted by Cleveland. They're not just gonna put him on bench and not get the situation resolved. Sooner or later, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But I'd rather keep him because since he was selected in the 11th round, let's say he ends up being a stud. Next year, I could keep him in the 10th round.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what happened in the draft, but I know exactly what happened with KMA. KMA came in there. Hey, Franklin, how you doing? All sober in the beginning, but we know what happens when KMA drinks a couple, and he
Yeah.
was having that big boy beer, and
Yeah.
then it, it,
Hazy.
it went from "Hey, Franklin, how's the family?" to give me
Bro,
Chris
he
Godwin in the
knew
six.
he knew
You
his
know,
situation was already bad because everybody, even before the draft started, we were already putting him in the clown bowl.
and
So I
then
think he's feeling the pressure. He's feeling the pressure.
oh, he's gonna be the clown without a doubt. And we're gonna hear from KMA, but I think he is upset. I think when he woke up the next morning, he saw his team. He said, "What did I do?" But one thing that KMA told me before the draft, "Hey, I'm not drinking."
And he
Whatever.
did he
And as
showed
soon as we got there, he had the tall ones, not the regular beer, the tall beers. And man, it was just crazy, man. But I'm ecstatic, guys. I won't rob any more of your time. Thank you for having me on the podcast.
thank you,
Definitely.
Brandon.
It was a
Thank
pleasure
you.
having you, bro.
Pleasure
All
having
right,
you,
Pedro. Be your brother, bro. I'm rooting for you, man.
man.
All
Definitely.
right.
All right. All right, man. Well, now that we got out of that, because obviously it's just promo and promo, let's talk about what really counts. Let's talk about your power rankings. I know
Definitely.
you put a great thought to this power ranking. You have big things. So, Pedro, let's start now. I'm gonna give you the honor. Where are you gonna start? Are you gonna start in the bottom of the barrel, or are you gonna start on top?
Bro, I'm gonna go with the bottom of the barrel teams because I'm gonna be honest with you, Alfredo. The guys at the very top are very hard to differentiate. To me, I don't see a very clear. I see a very clear 1-2, but everything else besides that is a little bit up in the air.
Okay,
But the guys at the bottom, I have them on the bottom for a reason. So we're gonna start.
let's start. Who do you have
And
at number 12, Pedro?
bro, I have at number 12 the man of the hour, the Mr. Hazy IPA himself, KMA.
Wow. Unanimous, bro. Unanimous clown.
Yeah,
Jonathan, I'm telling you this. If you are the clown, your thing of being the goat gets removed because there's no goat if you're a clown. Go ahead,
yeah,
Pedro.
definitely,
Explain.
Fredo. I really wanted to get in here and do this. I'm gonna show people the teams. I'm gonna put it here so everybody can see it. So, do you see it on the screen, Alfredo?
Yeah, you zoom in a little bit.
Let me see if I can zoom in. Give me a second. Let's see, zoom, zoom, zoom. Where is the zoom here? Mm, 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 There you go. Zoom.
And people that are seeing us, KMA is the one that's called Big Blanco 919.
Yes,
That's the
that
one that Pedro has projected to be in the bottom of the barrel.
bottom of the barrel team. Unfortunately, let's take a look at his team. And there's one thing I wanted to show everybody. That's one of the reasons why I pulled this up. Tomorrow is the start of the regular season, and this man hasn't even set his lineup. The only thing in his lineup is a kicker, and that's
Ah,
because
but
it had to be there.
yeah, but that's gonna change. He's gonna end
Obviously,
up.
I know it's going to change, but it has to be that he is so pissed off at this team, pissed off at himself, that he himself said, "I don't even want to look at this team for the rest of the week."
So
And
why do you have him in the bottom of the barrel?
I have him at the bottom of the barrel. Fredo, look, on top of he hasn't even set his lineup. This guy drafted two kickers. I mean, two defenses. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
two defenses to start the two for what? There's no you, and he drafted them pretty early. I could pull it up, but he drafted those pretty early. Um, to me, it just seems like he was already going into the team into the whole league really bad with the keeper situation. And honestly, he has one of the two best running backs in the game, Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey. In my opinion, if not the best running back duo in the league. So I think that with running backs, he's going to be fine. He has Trey Benson on his bench. There's another running back that's an up and comer. James Conner goes down, Trey Benson goes in, and it's like nothing happened. But what looks to be something that needs to be changed is the wide receivers. Marvin Harrison. I understand that he was going for the stack, Marvin Harrison, Kyler Murray, but that stack is anemic. That last year was not a good duo. We'll get later on. We'll get into a team that actually has a decent stack, and I want to get into that later. But it's not a team that I think is will do very well. And something that Franklin brought up, didn't he pick up a certain wide receiver that is no longer on his team anymore that he got
Yeah.
really early and
Yep.
now it's gone?
Yep.
What happened to him?
He could have put him in IR.
He could have put him in IR. Look, there's an empty IR spot right there. If he really wanted this guy to be on his team, he really believed in what he could provide for his team, why drop him? And besides that, Chris Olave, decent. Look, he doesn't have two defenses anymore from what it looks like, so that's good.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
No, he still does. Yeah,
oh
he
no,
has
there it is,
Denver.
Denver. I was looking for him. I couldn't
Yeah,
find him.
yeah, he still does.
So I don't know what he's planning on doing, but it doesn't look good. So on to my number 11.
So let's go to number 11.
Alfredo, number 11, I have Mr. Steven, the snake himself, in Jigba Turtles.
Wow. Steven
at number 11. Now, we knew that him coming into the season, his keeper situation was kind of rocky. He did make some trades that I liked. He gave up some draft capital to get Smith and Jigba. Now, at the place where he got him in the 10th round and what he gave up for him was great. Now, what is Smith and Jigba? He is the number one wide receiver for Seattle. What is Seattle trying to do? Run the rock. And what is going to happen over there? There's going to be a lot of play action. What is it that they're really going to be doing over there to have this guy there? Now, I don't see that that wide receiver itself doing great. And then he reached for Pedro McMillan. A hell of a reach. But if you're going to reach for anybody, this is a guy that I think you should reach for, especially knowing the situation that you have.
So if you say that, then should he really be considered a reach?
Yeah, because he could have gone in the second to third round. I think he could have gone in the third round.
Most likely, he probably got some insight that. Remember, I'll tell you this: people I'm gonna defend my wise men. People get into the whole of when you draft them. If you love a guy, it's not where you pick him, is who you pick.
Yeah.
This guy McMillan, he is the number one wide receiver for Carolina without any doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Bryce Young looks better. The playmakers, you have Chuba Huba, so you have a nice setup there. It's perfect for McMillan to rise. And think about it. If he technically got McMillan in the 4th round, because that's based on
That's
the
the fourth
keepers he's
round,
getting around the
correct?
fourth round.
Hmm.
It is not. He's not a first round pick. McMillan at the end of the year could be a wide receiver one. Could be a first round pick for next year. So there was a lot of people behind, and he probably got some insight that if he doesn't pick him up in the first round, he's not going to get it in the second round. I know for sure that if I would have had him in the second round, if it would have come to me, I would have taken it. So
Mm.
he probably knew that somebody else was going to take it, and that's why he ended up taking it early.
No,
So
listen, I'm
I
not.
have no problem with the move, man. If you get someone out, he could have maybe traded back, but at that time in the draft, it's hard to be doing trades.
Yeah.
You go with the guy that you fell in love with.
No, yeah. This is why I wanted to continue. He has, in my opinion, a well-rounded team.
Yes.
There is just no stars, no real stars. The only real big star that he has on his team is not going to show up for until week 7 of the NFL season, and that's Mr. Rashee Rice. So Rashee Rice is suspended. This is a guy that he can't put in his IR because he's not hurt. It's going to be pretty, in my opinion, something that's going to break him for the first few weeks of the regular season, and because of that, he may just be out of the playoffs completely, because I can't, just because I'm putting him here doesn't necessarily mean that I don't think that he can get to the playoffs.
Yeah, but you have him at 11, bro. You have him.
I have him at
with the
11
clown.
now. I have him at 11 now. Remember, this is the basically the post draft going into the season tomorrow.
Okay.
And I believe that him as an owner, as long as he doesn't make crazy trades, that's another thing, he can go and make good pickups that could make it so that he makes it to not be the clown. Because to be honest, that's at this point that's what he's trying to do. He said it in the podcast.
Okay.
He's just trying not to be the clown. But
No,
making it to the playoffs is going to be tough.
He'll have a great team in 2026. I'll say that. He'll be an elite team.
For sure.
All right, so let's talk about, so who do you have at number 10?
At number 10, I have myself. Now I have myself at number 10 for a very specific reason. Let's put it on myself. El Trure. I think I have a well-rounded team. I just don't have crazy star power like the guys that are up on the was it like first 6, first 7. Those guys have crazy star power and studs on their team. I have a lot of up and coming guys on my team that could do well. The Lad McConkeys, the Xavier Worthies, the guys have shown it last year for a stretch towards the end of the year. Xavier Worthy specifically has a great opportunity in front of him for 6 weeks with no Rashee Rice. Will he seize the opportunity? I don't know. All that depends. And then I made a little bit of a reach in the draft for George Pickens. Now we know that Dallas is going to throw the ball a lot. Is this guy going to be one of the guys that is going to be catching a lot of touchdowns? Because he hasn't shown that. He's shown that he can produce, but this is the opportunity that he has to become a wide receiver 2, and who knows who may happen. CeeDee Lamb may get hurt. He may just become Dak Prescott's favorite target besides CeeDee Lamb. So let's see what happens. But at the end of the day, I think this is a well-rounded team. 2 studs at running back. Everything else, it looks decent. This team has a decent bench. There's not a lot of guys that can say they have a Pacheco on their bench. So this bench is one of the top, in my opinion, top 3 benches in all of the league. But can they turn these guys into wins? And that's what needs to be happening, especially with the luck that El Trure has in the past. So let's see what happens. I put myself in a good position. Let's see if I could pull it through. That's why I have myself at number 10.
I think you're doing yourself. I mean, I don't have you rank. I would not have you ranked that low. I think you're actually higher. I think you're doing the slick move as well as what I call about Franklin, that you're putting yourself at a lower position to not add yourself pressure. There's no way you can tell me that Cookies have a better team than you, because his team is as clownish. I know it's not, that word doesn't exist, but it's a pure clown crap team, is you cannot put him above yours. You just what you did is that you're putting yourself there so you don't add yourself any pressure. Again, people
Oh
needs
boy.
to have balls, put their team where they feel deep inside they belong. But that's okay. We'll take it like that. Who do you have at number 9, Pedro?
Well, you mentioned him, the frog himself, Los Coquis. So I have Los Coquis at number 9 for for a very specific reason. He has one of the better stacks in the league with the Jalen Hurts to AJ Brown, but another thing is that in that same breath, AJ Brown's a hell of a talent. Jalen Hurts a hell of a talent. But are they really gonna try to throw the ball when they had so much success running the ball last year?
Correct.
And with the injury history that AJ Brown has, is he even going to be available to do that? So, in my opinion, if this duo it throws the ball a little bit more, if AJ Brown decides to stay healthy, because in the games that he was available and the games that they needed to throw the ball, he was a monster. So having that stack is incredible. Are they going to use him in that way? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see because they play tomorrow. So
I
we'll see
have a
what
hot take. In fantasy football, over and under games that AJ Brown will play 10. I'm gonna go under.
Wow. So you say he's going to have less than 10 games played?
He will play less than 10 games. This guy, AJ Brown, is on the downturn. Remember how we would take Max Kellerman would talk about that Tom Brady is falling off the cliff? And I said a few years ago also with Tyreek Hill that Tyreek Hill was gonna fall off the cliff. Well, now I'm giving my proclamation this year. AJ Brown will fall off the cliff this year. He will play less than 10 games.
Wow.
Book it.
Nah,
Let's go
well,
on.
that's
And
crazy.
Cookies, if you hear this, I mean, I'll challenge you. We can talk about it. We'll do a beer bet, but that's what I have. Let's go on. So, who do you have at number 8, Pedro?
At number 8, I have a team that is near and dear to your heart, Alfredo, a rival of yours throughout the years, and the rival of Franken that was just on, the Shark. Now, this Sharks team, let's see if I can find them here. Tiburón. The Sharks team is, in my opinion, stacked at wide receiver. He has Alma St. Brown and Malik Neighbors on his team. Those two guys, I don't think you're going to find too much better of an option. And he is maybe top 3 when it comes to wide receivers. In just the wide receiver position that he has here, the two guys that he has. Where things start to fall apart is right here, Cooper Kupp, Cedric Tillman, starting.
Shark.
Sharky, what are you doing, bro? Why? Let me look at your bench. Bro, the best player on your team is on the bench is Tank Bigsby. Why? Why did you do this to yourself? Oh my God!
Have you guys ever seen, bro? I'm telling you this. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen a bald clown?
I know it's gonna be. Trust me, if this doesn't change, he just might be there because the thing with the Shark, and I wanted to bring it up. Remember I talked about owners, that the strength of owner.
Yes,
he is not a very good owner, in my opinion.
He's
not because he doesn't make trades. The only person he trades with is Franklin because Franklin bullies him into it. Maybe Danny because he's a likable guy. This is another guy that might just call Danny a likable guy. I just don't understand his approach to the game. You know, he made an excellent draft last year when he got Malik Neighbors, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Saquon Barkley.
Heck of a team.
Heck of a team last year. And he didn't do anything. He made it to the playoffs just off of his draft. Didn't make really pickups last year. Didn't really do anything. Wasn't even on any podcast. I think I count with one hand how many podcasts he was on. I think it was 2. So what is there for me to believe that this guy can get out of this hole? I don't think so. Saquon Barkley is on the cover of Madden. We all know what that means. And we all know Saquon Barkley is injury prone. 1 year good, 1 year bad. 1 year good, 1 year bad. What do you think happened last year? Great year, right? What do you think is going to happen this year? Bad year. Man. RJ
Yeah,
Harvey.
he's gonna.
Talk
All
to me
right,
about RJ Harvey.
bro. That's horrible, man.
Bro, this like he drafted terribly, bro. Like I don't understand why he drafted this way. Like, and this is part of the reason that Franklin brought up on like, a few minutes ago, where he said that there were people in front of him that made bonehead moves and allowed him to draft the team that he drafted. This is one of the guys. This is one of the
Yeah,
boneheads.
yeah. I agree with you, bro. I mean, I'm telling you this, man. He loves Disney World, bro. I mean, I think we might have the thing next year in Disney World, the whole draft, so we can see a bald headed clown. I mean, my top three contenders for the clown, and I know you have them. I mean, actually, you have Alex ranked too high. Is Alex, K Main, and Los Coquis. Them three, I think they're gonna battle out for the clown, bro.
Yeah, but the reason why I have him here because he has studs, bro. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown's a stud. Malik Neighbors a stud. Tyler Warren, you may say what you want, but he's a rookie that is looking like he's gonna get usage. So
who's otro no?
those guys look good. Cooper Kupp and Cedric Tillman, bro, make a trade.
And he won't. You know he won't. So it's like,
like we're all telling you about Saquon Barkley. Go and trade him to somebody that doesn't care. Man, trade him to Koki. Koki will take him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And now let's. So we talked about the teams that did not make the playoff in your power rankings or who are in the cups of the playoff. Now we're going to talk about the 7 teams. Who do you have at number 7, Pedro?
Number 7, Alfredo. I'm gonna this is gonna be a little bit closer to home for you. I have here Mr. Run It Back 15-1.
Okay.
So you are, in my opinion, in the playoffs. There's no one there that there's no one that's below you that I think should be above you. But the problem here that I have with your team is the RB2, because Krosky Merritt, whatever it is that you want to say about him, he's the running back 4 on the depth chart in Washington.
Again, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, bro, that depth chart. I pull out the Bucky Irvin thing last year with the depth chart. Today, I pulled out the thing from Steven. Don't fall in love for the freaking depth chart. Coaches do that to not people make them game plans. Sometimes they'll have them like that. There was a few years back that Devon A. Chain, he was actually the second running back, and they had him all the way in 4th. So those are things that don't fall for it. But go ahead.
Okay, look, don't fall for it. Great. This is a guy that no one knows anything about. That he's basically brand new in the NFL. He came out of nowhere, to be honest. Let's be real. But he was good enough to allow the organization, the Washington organization, to move on from Brian Robinson and get some draft picks in return. But is he really going to be good enough when you have Austin Eckler in front of you? There's another guy, I think Rodriguez,
50 years old, Austin Eckler.
Bro, why this is what I wanted to come to. Why draft him so early when there are other people on the board that you could have taken? You are one of the boneheads that allow Franklin to do what he does.
No, I mean, there were people they could have taken Crosby Merritt. This is one guy, like I told you. People fall in love with the draft position, with the ADP, stuff like that. If you love a guy, you pick him up, no matter where you pick him.
Look,
it's not where you draft. And Armando, since I know you're hearing this, it's not where you draft, it's who you draft. I'm telling you guys, at the end of the year, if Krosky Merritt is not who we think it is, the joke is on me. That's fine.
Oh, the joke I think is really going to be on you, bro. Because look at you now. Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, 2 Tampa Bay running backs on the same team.
That's how confident I am in beating you. I just need
Oh,
production
okay.
from one of them too, and I
Okay.
can count with the rest of the team.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I'm not. Look, Josh Allen, awesome. Jamar Chase, awesome. Garrett Wilson, we got to see what that looks like. Like if it's anything like the Madden game where I beat the brakes off of Franklin, then he's gonna be better than Jamar Chase. But that's a different story. Evan Ingram, I like it. Calvin Ridley, I like it. Jalen Waddle, I like it. The bench,
That looks ugly. I get it.
it looks
That
ugly.
looks horrible. It looks horrible. Trust
Mhm.
me. But my hope is that one of these guys, maybe two, become a starter. That's all I need. Just become a starter.
Okay.
Remember, there's pickups I can make. There's trades, you know. But let's go on. So you have me at number 7. So who do you have at number 6?
At number 6, I have Mr. Auto Draft. This team could have been a bit better if he would have made different choices in the draft. But just looking at the team itself, it doesn't look bad. He belongs where he belongs for a specific reason. His bench is suspect, very suspect. Ramondre Stevenson, when we know that there's a Travion Henderson that looks really good, and we know what Ramondre Stevenson is, I didn't like that pick. Jaden Reed, he has a foot injury that I don't know if he's going to play. Maybe he's not going to play. It hasn't been said from what I read that if he's going to play or not. Chisholm, who the fuck is that? I don't know who that is. I looked it up before I got on here, and I was looking for a few minutes. Who the hell is Chisholm?
Yeah, he's a 4th wide receiver for the Patriots.
Khalil Shakir, injured. High ankle sprain. He's on your team. He looks like he's going to play, but is he really going to be good? Kyle Pitts. Oh, all right. I don't know why, if you have Sam Laporta, you felt the need to get Kyle Pitts, but hey, it's up to you, bro. That's your team. And then Joe Mixon on the IR. And his team, the team itself looks good besides the Michael Pittman and David Montgomery. Because he could have made other picks there that made a little bit more sense. But the rest of the team looks good to me. I don't have an issue with anybody on his team. So remember where I told you it's going to be a tier split? That at this point anybody could be anywhere. That's after this, because I think that this is where he's going to be, Mr.
So you would have, so you have Ralphie at number 6 and you have me at number 7. Go back to his team.
Okay.
Go back to his team. I want you to put it out there. Just tell me this. Who do you prefer? Josh Allen or Dak Prescott?
I think that it's obviously Josh Allen is going to be better, but Dak Prescott is still going to be great this year, especially where he got him.
Bijan Robinson or Bucky Irvin?
Bijan.
Okay. And then we know about the running back situation the second team.
But say it.
You already know.
Say it. I want you to say it.
Hey, we don't know who's going to be the second running back. I don't know who's going to be the second running back on my team. I might start anybody. I don't know.
You are the owner of the team. How do you not know who's going to be the second running back on the team?
Hey, it's going to be a game.
This is where this is the reason why you are where you are. Okay?
No. That's one spot. Let's go in the wide receiver. Puka or Jamar Chase?
Yeah, Jamar Chase. Yeah.
Drake London or Garrett Wilson?
Drake London.
And I'm gonna go with what Steven said. It's much closer with Drake London and Garrett Wilson. That's me saying it. There's no emotions. That's me saying it. Garrett Wilson. I'm not saying like that he's better than Drake London, but little small tier below Drake London. Tight ends: Sam Laporta and Evan Ingram.
Sam Laporta,
but not by much.
Not by much, no. But Sam Laporta.
Michael Pittman or Calvin Ridley?
Calvin Ridley.
Demont or Jalen Waddle?
Jalen Waddle. That's a wash. It could be a wash because if it continues, it could be a wash because if the Dolphins they looked how they looked last year, and David Montgomery looks like he looks last year, then it's a wash.
Bro, I'm telling you, you said that there was no emotion with this. Well,
there's no emotion. That's what I think.
We'll leave it at that. I have the better kicker and I have the better defense, but that's fine. It's okay. You guys putting him at number 6. So now I know you wanted to go and talk about the next tier. So who do you have at number 5?
Listen, this, like I told you, the next tier to me is nothing. I wouldn't say one is much better than the other, except the last two. The last two, those guys are in a different league. They drafted in like in an 8-man league. So let's start with Danger Zone, Mr. Armando, our good friend Armando, a good friend of the Two Versus Brother podcast. I will start with him. Lamar Jackson, excellent quarterback. Got him in the 10th round. Excellent value. Not like some that decided to keep their quarterback in the 3rd round. Right? Listen, it is what it is.
It's who you get.
Omarion Hampton, bro. He went up to get Omarion Hampton in the 1st round, bro. I thought that he was definitely going to fall to the 2nd. I had a feeling because me and him had a conversation that he was going Omarion Hampton in the 1st, but I didn't think he was going to do it. But hey, that's what happened. James Conner, Nico Collins. This guy is a dark horse wide receiver 1 overall in my rankings. I think that if there's anybody close to getting being dark horse, meaning a guy that we don't think can make it, Nico Collins is number 1 on my list. Another guy that's awesome, Egbuka. We all know what Egbuka is. We all know that Godwin's not going to be around for a couple weeks. Egbuka can take all those underneath routes just like Godwin. So we know that's going to be good. McBride, awesome. Samson. This is that's to me my only issue with his whole team. Samson as the RB as a flex, basically, and his team is probably his RB3, but that's not really such a bad thing. So, and then obviously Mooney is questioned, but this team is this close to being complete. If he had a better situation at flex, he'd be complete.
He has a lot of. There's 2 big holes there that he has, in which are his flex.
Yeah, but bro, Mooney
last year was good and all that. Where other people have, let's say, as their second receiver, like, I don't even want to break it down, but there's other people that have better wide receiver, way better wide receiver situation. He is Nico Collins or bust, because Ibuka, yeah, he is good, but
he's a rookie. I get it.
How about your second receiver?
I get it. But look, this team, like just the running back situation is
you
good.
have better receivers than him.
Yeah, but he has I don't have an Nico Collins on my team.
no, but McConkey,
it's comparable.
Yeah, but
McConkey's comparable to what Nico Collins on an off day does, but Nico Collins could break off for 30 or 40 points if it really comes down to it. This is a guy that can do it. This is one of the guys that you go and you say, which guy on my team can win me a game? Just this one guy blowing up. And Nico Collins is that guy on his team. He has one. So, and he has 2. He has Lamar Jackson and Nico Collins, 2 guys that can blow up on his team. Right? Let's just keep it moving.
All right. So let's go on. So who do you have at number 4?
At number 4, I have a certain team that I think, and this is like, I don't know where to put these two because the 2 brothers are up there. And I kind of blame Franklin for this, for allowing them to keep 3 keepers at any place that they want to, when they had a better keeper situation than half the teams on the league. But hey, that's Franklin deciding to do what he does. So these are interchangeable. I'm just gonna put Nickelodeon here. He has a decent team. I don't know how Chuba Hubbard got to him in the draft, because man, he had Chuba Hubbard, James Cook that he kept, which is not a bad situation. Baker Mayfield, is he going to do the same thing he did last year? Maybe, maybe not. But at the end of the day, he's a good quarterback and he's going to be throwing that ball around. Tyreek Hill, another guy that fell to him, bro. Besides his flex of Trevor Etienne in the flex, the rest of his team is great. I don't see any big holes in his team. If Tyreek Hill does something similar to what he's done in the past, then he's going to be fine too. But the only issue that I have on his whole team is Trevor Etienne in the flex. But that's it. Everything else, a-okay.
Okay. Yep. Solid team. Yep. And then who do you have at number 3?
At number 3, I'm looking for Alexander, the rookie. He changed his name. Okay. So Alexander, I had to put him a little bit higher. Joe Burrow as a quarterback, bro. Joe Burrow last year was insane, and they're gonna have to do the same thing that they did last year to win this year because the defense is still garbage. So it is what it is. He got T Higgins. Obviously, T Higgins is he gonna give you enough games so that you could actually say that you got your money's worth? I think he put him in the first round. So that's a suspect pick to me. But if he is able to play 16 games or 17 games, this is a guy that I think will do very well and is going to give you wide receiver 1 numbers. Now, Jonathan Taylor, I love Jonathan Taylor, but this year looks to be a good year for Jonathan Taylor. He has a upgraded ish quarterback. I expect that team to do better than they did last year. So let's see what happens. But in my opinion, this team is close to being complete. I don't like Zay Flowers. I never did like Zay Flowers. I think there's a stat that says Lamar Jackson threw 41 touchdowns and Zay Flowers caught 3.
He could break out this year. I mean, do you think they'll repeat again?
I don't know. I think Lamar Jackson throwing 41 touchdowns is at its ceiling. I don't think he's going to throw more than that. And just by saying Zay Flowers only caught 3 of them, that's terrible. He's not in my opinion, he wasn't a great wide receiver last year. He was decent.
I had him. Yeah, he was okay, but yeah,
he was decent. But that's it. Aaron Jones, for now, he's the RB1. So let's see what happens. I can tell you, everybody in this range has issues, but not real huge issues that they can't figure out. The bench, wow. J.K. Dobbins got him late, and that for now is the RB1 in Denver. So, that's I think that's a good situation. Rashid Shaheed was looking great last year for her stretches, so let's see what happens, man. But for me, this is a great overall team. He deserves to be where he is right now.
Okay. So we have the final 2 teams, in which I think is everybody's unanimous number 2 team. Unless I think Danny had Franklin at number 4, but we have the 2 unanimous teams. So
did Danny give his power rankings?
I don't know. I just heard a comment.
I heard a comment too. I don't think he ever gave his power rankings.
Yeah.
But Danny, if you would like to give your power rankings and you want to get on the podcast, I'll be more than happy to have you, bro.
Okay. Now, so who do you have your top 2 teams? You have our dear friend Franklin Delgadillo, the Dallas Cowboys, and then you have the Fly. Who do you have as your number 2 team?
And my number 2 team. I spent a little bit of time thinking about this. Which guy deserves to be number 2 here? Which guy deserves to be number 1? And it was very hard, bro. Very hard. But I'm going to have to go with Danny at number 2. And his team is complete, bro. In my opinion, there's no real bad. There's nothing bad on his team. Jaden Daniels, perfect. Quarterback, 2 or 3 in the year. Genty, not first overall pick. Guy's going to be good. Tony Pollard, last year, excellent for what he was. Brian Thomas Jr., bro. Last year, what a pickup in the late rounds, bro. BTJ, and now we have him here. This is the team that Danny says is going to take him to the mountaintop. And I have to believe him. Right now, he doesn't have a defense, but think about it. Who's he going to drop? He has to. I don't know why he hasn't put Chris Godwin in his IR yet. But I'm assuming that when he does that, then he'll put a defense in.
He's probably waiting for Friday to drop Najee Harris. That's what he's probably gonna do.
Maybe.
Or maybe on Thursday in the Javonte Williams. One of them he's gonna drop.
But he doesn't have to do it. Let me see. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he needs a defense.
Yeah, he needs to drop one more. Okay, yeah, he does. All right. Well, look, man.
I think no, he's gonna put Godwin. No, actually, I think he's just gonna put Godwin in his IR, and then that's how.
I know, but hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't we only get 5 bench spots? Not 6, right?
Godwin will be his bench.
Godwin could go to
his IR.
But then he still has 5. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he needs to drop. But I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how this is possible.
No. He remember, you get 5 bench guys. He has 6 now. He's gonna IR Godwin. Remember, when you IR someone, it's not gonna be on his.
It doesn't go on the bench. I understand that, but he still has 5 guys, so he's probably gonna have to really drop Najee Harris because I don't see anyone else that he would probably drop, except maybe Jerome Ford.
But let's see. I mean, I'll tell you this: my favorite website, my favorite app, Fantasy Pros, the best app in the world for fantasy football, and they gave him 100, a perfect 100, and you're giving him a number 2.
I'm giving him a number 2. And look, another thing I wanted to bring up when I was doing my draft, I was using the RotoWire app, and very good app. I have my issues with the app, but for the most part, when it comes to the draft, excellent. Now, there was only 2 teams that got an A in the whole draft. 2 teams that got an A. He was one of them, and I was the second one.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And
yeah, you probably pay that out to give you an A, bro. You can tell, man. That's
No, bro. Hey, I had a decent draft for what it is.
What did it give me?
I gave you a D.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, for sure.
What do you expect, bro? Crosby married.
For sure you influenced that. All right, so then you have Danny at number 2. So then obviously then you have number 1. And I know this hurts you to say it. You're having Franklin as the number 1 team in this league.
Bro, how can you not, bro? Look, like this is part of the reason is look, I blame you, I blame the Shark, I blame KMA for you guys allowing this guy to do what he did. It's criminal. It's, in my opinion, criminal to allow this guy to accumulate. Look, this is the guys that he kept. Gibbs, Chase Brown in the 10th, and Justin Jefferson in the 1st. Take these guys away. Ricky Pearson, number 1 wide receiver in San Francisco. Tight end, David Njoku. Pretty much maybe the number 2 target, or maybe number 1 target, depending on what happens with Joe Flacco, what he wants to do for Cleveland. Camaro. He's old. Maybe he'll slow down the stretch, but at that point, he's gonna be so far ahead that it doesn't really matter. Travis Hunter.
Doesn't matter if you're far ahead. If you can't win in the finals, look at me. I was far ahead, and
I know
one bad week. I'm telling you.
Think about it. Quinshawn Junkins. He could just say, or Tyrone Tracy. Put him in there.
I'm telling you this. I'll dedicate a podcast, but I can find many holes on this team.
Bro,
I don't want to go through it now because we already gone one. We just hit the 1 hour mark, but there are only holes on this team.
The only hole on his team is Purdy at quarterback because he could have had a running quarterback earlier, and he decided to stack up in other positions. But
right Purdy's now, Franklin is right here. Franklin is here. But very easily.
Oh, no.
Like this.
Yeah, no.
He has holes. I'm telling you guys. This man has holes in his team that I'm telling you.
If he has holes, I'm not seeing him, Fredo. The only hole I see is the quarterback. And just looking at everything else, like in my opinion, look, 1 and 2, I could switch them or I could do whatever, and no one's gonna bat an eyelash because 1 and 2 are just that high up there. There are tiers here, and there's the creme de la creme, and there are only 2 teams. And then there's the teams in the middle that are gonna make the playoffs. I already told you who they are, and then you have everybody that's below in what is like 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those are the guys that are in the bottom of the barrel that you can interchange them however you want, except KMA because KMA belongs at the bottom of the barrel for that draft that he did.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Frank, man, think of this name, Franklin Jerry Jones Delgadillo. This guy hypes his team more than anything. I'm telling you, I'm gonna dedicate a podcast right now. Let's see, let's let the games develop. But I'm putting out, and maybe we can record this podcast for when the downfall happens. Here's where he's gonna fall for him. And I know you have a number one. Actually, I think Danny's team, you know, can be more of a long run. But I actually think both on my I haven't given my power rankings, but actually I have the Batman at number one
Wow.
over Franklin and over Danny. Franklin, I'll tell you this: who is his number two wide receiver? Kamara will break down by the midseason,
Mm-hmm.
and then the big question is Purdy over Prescott. Three things, three big holes that he has in his team, and I'm telling you, he is hype. You guys are just falling for the hype. You guys, because he hypes his team up. I love my team. He puts all these things, but it's.
Oh, bro,
I'm
listen.
telling you,
I guess the holes that you're talking about. Let's say Justin Jefferson, great wide receiver, one of the, in my opinion, the best wide receiver talent in the whole NFL. Are
who's
they
throwing him
really
the
going to
ball?
need? Are they really going to need Justin Jefferson to ball out when they have that defense? I don't think so. But when they need him, there he is. He decides to have a hamstring issue or something like that. Then plug in Debo Samuel. Yeah, he for the remember Terry McLaurin didn't have a like for the most part he wasn't around the team as much. He was sitting in. He wasn't playing. He wasn't doing anything. So Debo Samuel is, in my opinion, going to be the wide receiver one on that team until Terry McLaurin catches up. But you don't need to even get
Don't
there.
be surprised. I remember. I don't be surprised that Franklin he might get 7-0. He might get to that 7-0 start. My question is the stretch run. Will winter come to him? I'm telling you, when winter comes, it's gonna be hard, man. He's
No,
gonna
yeah.
have to. He's gonna be, and then when Kamara, he's gonna see Kamara in dreadlocks in the bench. Then he's gonna see Pearsall with Jawan Jennings, in which they gave him a they gave him a bump up in his pay. Right, just breaking news right now. That means that they believe that he's the number one wide receiver. And then when Purdy, doesn't have the same stat, he throws it himself. I'm telling you guys, winter is coming, and this team is the definition. He's a great September and October team. November and December will be a different story. But Pedro,
I don't know,
you
bro.
did great.
You say a lot. You're saying that, and I can see it. But when you have a
I mean,
7-0 start, all you have to do is win maybe 3 more games, and you're in the playoffs.
okay,
And then
yeah,
the bye weeks are done.
yeah. Will he win it all?
That's it.
Remember, is championship or bust with this guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. You can't assemble a team
So
like that and be like that. But
okay.
there you go.
Well, we had our power rankings. Pedro, you did an excellent job. No matter what I threw at you, you were well prepared. I know you do. Just as a disclaimer, were there any emotions on this?
Zero emotion, bro. I'm not an emotional guy.
Excellent, bro. You did very well. You explained it. I know the league. We're gonna have the clowns tomorrow. Probably talk about it and dissect the basically what you had to say. League. we're looking forward tomorrow. It's the beginning of football season.
Yeah, I can't wait, bro. It's about time, and I am so happy that I have three different leagues to look at because I drafted really well in two of them. One, I had no choice because I had to keep this team.
Absolutely, bro. So Pedro, what do you have to tell to our listeners for our podcast?
Guys, like, subscribe. It helps the channel. If you want to know what's going on in the Guru League, the best league in all of fantasy football, this is the channel to watch because this is the channel that's going to bring it to you live and in living color, like our good friend Franklin would say, to get on the game. This is where everything is at. And if you would like for us to talk about other leagues that we're in, please let us know. I'm sure that those guys in those other leagues would love to know what we think about their teams and what we think about the future of those leagues.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.